Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Severe weather specialist Mason here with the Highland weather uh, team, coming to you to bring you an update um, on Hurricane, what is now Hurricane Helene. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the radar here. One second here. This is my first time ever starting this live. Okay, I know you guys are used to Chief Weather Forecaster Beckett Webb doing this, so I'm gonna try my best to make you very happy. Okay. Um, I'm gonna try my best to make sure that I don't screw this up or anything. Okay. You can see here we have the um, radar up. Well, this is actually the satellite, the tropical satellite. You see the storm right here, right now, still intensifying really, but we're going to go ahead and dive right in because we have a lot to talk about really. And I'm going to actually go ahead and zoom in here to the viewing area itself, okay? Because we have flash flood warnings. We have a lot of warnings and watches to talk about, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump in. So we have flash flood warnings that are in effect currently. Those are the areas that you see shaded in that darker red. That includes Asheville, Hendersonville, and all the way up towards Morristown, Tennessee. All right, that flash flood warning is until 11:15. Okay, we also have tropical storm warnings that are in effect. Those are the areas that you see shaded in that more moderate red. Okay, that tropical storm warning includes the western half of North Carolina, as well as our South Carolina counties and our Georgia counties as well. Um, even includes our Tennessee counties, I believe. No, it doesn't include our Tennessee counties. So it just includes our North Carolina counties as well as our South Carolina counties and our Georgia counties. Okay, we have a flood watch that is also in effect. That is for the entire viewing area. Let me find the flood watch here on my list of alerts to click. That flood watch is the area is what you see shaded in green. Okay, that includes our Tennessee counties, our North Carolina counties, our South Carolina counties, as well as and also our Georgia counties. Okay, um, so that flood watch is in effect. Okay, for the potential of flooding to occur. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull up the Doppler radar. We're gonna switch actually over to fast track Doppler radar to give you guys a live view of what is currently going on in the viewing area. You can see here we have some heavy rain moving through currently. All right, we have showers. We have a heavier band right here that just moved to the east of Asheville. But Asheville, you have more to the west of you. Look out. But also, you see this green polygon right here. That is a flash flood warning. That is for uh, Buncombe, Henderson, and Madison counties in North Carolina. That's until 11:15. This band of rain right here is what moved through Asheville earlier. Okay, so this is going to head on towards Marion and Lake Lure. Okay, we slide to the south. Okay, we'll slide to the west rather, because our East Tennessee counties are also under flash flood warnings. We have Coke, Jefferson, and Seaver counties under flash flood warnings until 10 o'clock. We have a flash flood warning that is for um, the rest of Tennessee as well. Um, this one goes until 10 o'clock as well. So we have three flash flood warnings in effect. Okay. Let me see here. We're gonna go ahead and let's take a look at the rain rates. Okay, these are rainfall rates per hour. Okay, so how much rain is falling per hour? Okay, you see the heaviest is occurring just to the east of Asheville. All right, so around Black Mountain, Lake Lure, um, even to the west of Marion. That's the highest right there, 4.2 inches per hour, as well as 2 inches and 2 inches per hour. Okay, even some places 3.2 inches, 2.3, 3.7 even. So this is the area right now that's having the most rainfall occur, okay? Um, go ahead and go back over to the satellite. Um, um, so, and like I said, I know you guys are used to Beckett being on here. Unfortunately, he could not join at the moment because he is actually preparing for the storm to head to his area. So he's busy doing that. But he will try to join at some point during the broadcast. Okay, so right now it's just me with you. It's just me and you. It's just me covering this. Okay, so all of them. So yeah. Um, but like I said, I got this, you guys. As far as what the National Weather Service is saying, we also have flood advisories for Transylvania County now until 9 o'clock. That's been extended until 9 o'clock this evening. Also, flood advisory for Rabon, and Oconee counties, Rayburn County, Georgia, and Oconee County, South Carolina, until 9 o'clock as well. Blood watch continues until 2 o'clock on on September 27th. School closings have occurred already. Okay, let's see here. Flood advisory for Jackson and Transylvania counties has been extended until 8 o'clock this evening. That actually, um, I believe it's going to expire in any minute. We have a flood warning that is in effect for the South Fork Catawba River at Lowell in North Carolina, and that goes until 8 o'clock Friday. Flash flood warning, like I said, for Buncombe, Henderson, and Madison counties, North Carolina. That's until 11:15. We have other flood warnings in effect. One for the Broad River in South Carolina near Blacksburg. That's until 8 o'clock. Hold on. Becca is texting me. Um, so yeah, we have that flood warning for the. We have something new. We have a flash flood warning that has just been issued. This is for Buncombe, Henderson, McDowell, Mitchell, Polk, Rutherford, in Yancey counties in North Carolina. That's until 1 a.m. Let me see here if I can get audio up. Let's actually have the National Weather Service on here just for fun. The National Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg has issued a flash flood warning for eastern Buncombe County. Sorry about that. Western North Carolina, western Polk County in western North Carolina, northwestern Rutherford County in western North Carolina, southeastern Yancey County in western North Carolina, until 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 8:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Thunderstorms with intense rainfall have been training along the Blue Ridge Escarpment. Between 2 and 4 inches of rain have fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 1.5 to 2.5 inches in 1 hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible in the Warren area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Hendersonville, Marion, Spruce Pine, Black Mountain, Swannanoa, Fletrod, Fairview in Buncombe County, Lake Lower, Old Fort, Saluda, Chimney Rock Village, Bat Cave, Chimney Rock State Park, VR, Parkway Aggie to Little Switzerland, Mount Mitchell State Park, VR,
Parkway, Little Switzerland to Linville, Montreat, Milton, Pleasant Gardens, and Sugar Hill. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most of flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding.
Okay, back with you guys now. Sorry about that, and also sorry about that little interruption at the beginning. That was an ad in the app. But that was from the National Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg. That is the latest flash flood warning that has been issued. That you can see here. Then what we're looking at here, this is the 3-hour rainfall. So basically, how much rain has fallen within the past 3 hours. You can see here within these areas where the flash flood warnings are, we have upwards of 2 inches. Okay, even in around Asheville, 3.9 inches and 3.6 inches of rain. That's and yet the storm is not even here yet. This is way out ahead of the storm. Okay, so anyway, that flash flood warning is until 1 a.m. Uh, Eastern Daylight Time, and this is on that until 1 a.m. tomorrow. That's for Buncombe, Henderson, McDowell, Mitchell, Polk, Rutherford, and Yancey counties in North Carolina. And thunderstorms with intense rainfall have been training along the Blue Ridge escarpment. Between 2 and 4 inches of rain have fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain in an hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. All right, so you kind of get the gist there. So if you're in this area that you see here, if you're in any of these, if you're under any of these flash flood warnings, you need to be considering moving to higher ground if you haven't already. Okay. Let's see here. Let me pull up the chat. Take a look. See if we have any questions. Okay. Don't see any questions yet on the YouTube chat. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them and I'll answer them. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let's check out the tropical tracker. Okay. So this is the latest plot from the National Hurricane Center. Okay, updated. So I haven't had time to really go through this track. So you and I are looking at this for the first time, and let's see where it takes the path of Helene. All right. So we know that the center of Helene is located down here in the Caribbean still. All right, and it's already a hurricane. It's a Category 1 hurricane, expected to become a Category 2 as it continues to move along. Then by the time it reaches the center of the Gulf of Mexico, that's when it's supposed to become a Category 4 hurricane. Wait a minute. I just got a text message on Messenger from someone. Okay. Okay, I actually have a picture. Change of plans here. I want to show you guys something I just got in from one of our forecasters. Let's see here. So this is from forecaster Alex, and he said that this is on Meadow Road in Asheville, North Carolina. Look at that. The road is completely closed. Do you see that car there? This is a reminder. Do not try to drive through any flood waters, okay? Because you just don't know the depth. All right. Um, let's see here. We have any reports? Anyway, but yeah, you can see here. This is Biltmore Avenue at Meadow Road, okay? And so yeah, but yeah, you can see the flooding already occurring, okay? So yes, you usually don't remember the old saying, you guys. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads, okay? Most flood deaths occur in automobiles, okay? It only takes 2 feet of rushing water to carry away most supported utility vehicles, okay? All right, and you just don't try to drive through a flooded roads. Um, Okay, another report, flash flooding. Several reports of urban flooding around the city of Asheville, including a creek that flooded out of its banks near the Asheville County Club and Elk Mountain um, Scenic Highway. All right, so we now have confirmation that flash flooding is occurring. Okay, so and this is verified. Okay, this is also visual. Okay, just turn around and try to take a different destination, take a different way to reach your destination, or wait until the water recedes. And in most cases, just stay home. If you don't have to be out, don't go out. Okay, especially in a situation like this with all the flooding starting to occur now in Asheville. And yet, there's with all the rain that's already happening, and yet we have more rain coming from Helene, from Hurricane Helene. This is going to be a disaster, okay? All right. Even the National Weather Service said that this could be a historic event, okay? The even also, I was listening earlier to the weather radio audio earlier. The National Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg said that um, flooding could occur in areas that haven't seen flooding in over 20 years. Okay, in over 20 years, folks. That is big. Okay. So anyway, let's go back to the tropical tracker and let's go through this track. Okay. So anyway, as I was trying to say, by the time it reaches the center of the Gulf of Mexico, it's supposed to become a Category 4. That's when it's also become a major hurricane, and it's going to make landfall in the Tallahassee area. And then by the time it's well onshore and then into the western half of Georgia, that's when it's supposed to be weakened down to a low Category 1. Then it's going to track through the Atlanta metro area, in the Huntsville metro area, and even into central Tennessee and weakened down to a tropical storm. And then from there, it's supposed to die out. All right. So that is the tracker. That is the tropical tracker. Let's go ahead and go through feature cast right now. This is the 48-hour model. Okay, let's go through here. Okay, and let's zoom back in. Let's zoom you back in here to the viewing area. All right. Um, I'm getting a. Okay, so we're gonna go through this together. Okay, so this is currently. Let's switch this. So this is future cast. Okay, so pay attention to this bottom time stamp. Okay, time clock. Pay attention to the bottom time clock. Okay. Um, so at 9 o'clock, we're going to see the rain continue, obviously, as we make our way towards midnight. So this is tomorrow. Rain continuing as well, even into the morning hours. Okay. So by 3 a.m., more rain. I mean, this is not going to be moving out anytime soon. I know there's the back half right there. But this is not going to be moving out at all. This is stationary, okay? This is practically stationary, folks. Let me zoom out here and see if I can get an idea of where the when the hurricane's supposed to make its way up towards. So you can see here by let's say 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, you can see it starts to reach the Gulf of Mexico really, and now it moves out of the Caribbean. Um, you can see here continuing to make its way towards the Florida Big Bend by 3 o'clock really, and then looks like by approximately 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. This is estimated, okay? So this it could change, okay? But it looks like by 6 o'clock this is when it's gonna make landfall, okay? All right, so no. Wait. I take that back. 9 o'clock looks like is when it looks like it's going to make landfall in the Tallahassee area. Okay, so if I back this up, you see there's the center right there, just off the coast of the Florida Big Bend. Um, and then as we move forward in time, you can see that center approaching on land, and then 9 o'clock tomorrow night that's when it makes landfall in the Tallahassee area, okay? All right. Then from there, it's going to track. From there, that's when it's supposed to weaken down to a category 1. And then we will start to see this storm make its way towards our viewing area. In fact, this is going to be the main part of the storm. This is the main core of the storm. Look at that. Look at this right here, folks. This is incredible. This big batch right here of heavy rain. I know that there's all this rain out here, but this right here is what's going to make the rivers and streams go absolutely nuts. Okay, I'm talking like crazier than a rattlesnake in a room full of rocket chairs. Okay, right here. Look at all of that. That is going to make the flooding go. That's going to make the flood risk go even higher. We're already dealing with uh, flooding that's been observed, so we have the potential to see more flooding occur. All right, we've already had reports of flash flooding in uh, Buncombe County, North Carolina, and that was in the Woodfin area. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to feature cast. You can see here that core right there continuing to move through the Asheville area. And we start to see lighter rain by 8 a.m. Friday morning. And then from there, it'll continue to push its way up north, okay? So that's when it is. And we should be good from there. We will be good from there, really. All right, so yeah. Now, Beckett texted me a message, so let me go ahead and read what he says. He says, I'll be on soon, almost done. If I take too long, then show the radar before I return if that works. Okay, let me respond back to him, okay? I'm already showing the radar, so I'm actually 2 steps ahead of him. All right, so here we go. Back at fast track Doppler radar, current time relay. So you can see here we are watching the storm. We are watching, well, this is not the storm itself, but this is the outer bands, really. The far outer bands, really. So yeah, this is going to be historical, folks. And I pray for all of you. And I hope that we don't end up having any fatalities from the storm. Okay. We're gonna hang on here because Beckett is gonna join soon. Hopefully. So yeah. And while while we wait here, let's talk. Let's talk one on one, okay? Um, so let's talk about some things that you can be doing to prepare for this storm to come in, okay? So, um, if you live in an, okay, so let's go over some preparedness, okay? So let's talk. So if you live in an area where where you think you may get a lot of wind gusts, and you have lawn chairs still out, um, your best thing to do is to take them and put them away. All right. Or if you're not expecting to get too high winds, you can just simply tip them over. Okay. So take the tops, take them, and uh, tip them over from top over. Okay. That'll prevent those items. That will prevent those items from taking off across your yard. Another thing, pay your bills, especially your insurance premiums, especially while you still have power. Okay, um, you know, make sure everything is caught up. Make sure all your payments are paid for the time being. You don't want to incur any late fees or have any issues with insurance premiums due to unpaid. You don't want to have any issues with premiums, especially insurance premiums due to unpaid payments. Okay, so make sure you do that. Um, Hold on, let me take a look here. We got more coming in. Okay, that's just an aerial forecast discussion. Okay, okay, back to what I was saying. Okay, now is the time to fill your prescriptions. Okay, um, make sure you have at least 2 weeks of prescriptions on hand. A lot of times, an insurance company won't let you fill your prescriptions until they are 1 week within the due date. But in the case of an emergency, they will make allowances. So go talk to your pharmacist. Make sure you can get your prescriptions filled. All right. And also if you have medication that requires refrigeration, make sure you have a cooler ready to go. With some sort of ice pack. Okay. Um, see here. I got to think here. Now's the time to top off your gas, okay? Make sure you get those gas stations and fill up your tank, your uh, gas tanks, and your any gas cans that you may have lying around your house before those gas pumps uh, stop working and before the power goes out. Make sure you get those filled up, okay? Fill up your vehicle. Um, if you have a generator and it runs on fuel, make sure you get that fuel tank filled as well. Okay. Um, have at least 2 weeks of food and water on hand. Okay. Um, Now, a lot of times I recommend canning. That's something you can learn to do in the future for a future hurricane. But for right now, go to your grocery stores right now and start stocking up on 2 weeks of food and water. And don't forget about pets and livestock. If you live on the coast or in an area where you think you might get a lot of wind damage, you probably already know this, but boarding up your windows is one way to prevent the glass from breaking. Another way is to tape up your windows. Now, a lot of people do this incorrectly. They'll put a big giant X in the middle of the window, and they think that this is to strengthen the glass. That's not true. Actually, taping your windows goes all the way back to World War II, when bombs would explode and the force from the explosions would take shards of glass and explode them into the house. Okay, the tape actually holds the glass together and prevents larger shards from getting into your house. Okay, taping them in a diamond pattern like so will help prevent that. Okay. Let's see here. Now's the time to think about how you're gonna cook and boil water, especially if you do not have a gas range. Okay. A lot of people, a lot of things that, something that a lot of people don't think about is their grill. Okay. Okay. A grill can be used in two ways. It can be used as an oven. You can bake with the lid closed. Um, you can you can boil water on it. Make sure you have your propane tank filled. Okay. Another thing you can use is the EcoZoom Versa. It's a rocket stove. You can buy it on Amazon. I encourage you to buy it right now. Okay, while you still can. The EcoZoom Versa is basically it's a rocket stove, runs on wood. Make sure you have a dry fuel supply. Um, and you can cook and boil water on that. And like I said, it requires wood, so make sure you have a dry fuel supply ready to go. And yeah, um, if you have a chainsaw, make sure now's the time to get gassed up, oiled, and sharpened. Put it in the back of your pickup truck, and so that way you are ready to go. That way, in case if you have to go somewhere and you come across a road that has trees down, you can use the chainsaw to cut the tree in half and move it, so that way you can get through. If you don't have a gas chainsaw and you have an electric one, now make sure you have your batteries fully charged. And if you don't have a chainsaw, now's the time to go buy one because they will be running out in the stores if they haven't already. Okay. Um, have first aid supplies on hand. All right. Um, make sure you are able to take care of it to the best of your ability. Okay, especially if you have a medical emergency. Uh, the reason why I suggest you, because you could become injured during the storm. Okay, so make sure you have first aid supplies on hand, uh, because the impact from the storm could sometimes prevent an ambulance from getting to your house. Okay, so make sure you have a way to take care of any medical emergency to the best of your ability until an ambulance is able to arrive. Okay. Now's the time to dig out all your flashlights and lanterns. Make sure that they are accessible and that everything is fully charged. During the hurricane slash tropical storm, there's a very good possibility that communication could become interrupted. Two very important items that I think everyone should have is a an emergency radio, right here. This is a battery powered radio. There's also one that you can purchase. It's solar powered and a crank. It's both a solar powered and a crank radio. Um, and also walkie talkies. Walkie talkies, if you say you're in separate vehicles, you need to communicate with each other, or one person needs to go to someone else's house and give a walkie to a neighbor. That's one way for you to communicate, especially especially if you do not have the ability to charge your cell phone. Okay, so make sure you can get those items. Okay. Now is not the time to be buying perishable foods. Now is the time to be eating those perishable foods. There's nothing worse than food wastage. All right. So before the actual storm itself gets here, now is the time to go ahead and start cooking up all that stuff in your freezer. Okay. Now is also the time to be filling up jugs of water. Okay. If and put them in your freezer. This will help extend the life of your refrigerator and freezer time. And also, if you have perishable medical supplies, it can help keep those cooler longer. Okay. Um, so, and then some things that you can do the night before the storm itself hits. Okay. Um, I'm putting this radio back. Okay. This is one of my weather radios. So, anyway, some things that you can do the night before the hurricane hits. Okay. One thing you can do is fill up all your tubs and sinks with water. That will help um, provide you with an emergency supply of water. Remember, this is for cleaning and flushing purposes. So do not drink it. Okay. This is so it will enable you to have an emergency supply of water, and also it will be used to fill up your toilets, especially if you do not have the ability to flush your toilets. Okay. So make sure you fill up all your tubs and sinks with water. All right, and remember, don't drink it. It's for cleaning and flushing purposes. All right. Um, Finally, if you live in an area where you think you may get hit really hard and you have a gas range through your house, now is the time to make sure you turn off all your gas to the house. That way, in case um, if there is a line that is severed, um, any sparks or anything like that could cause a devastating explosion. So if you think you're gonna get hit, make sure you take care of that. Okay. Um, Finally, for those looking to be really prepared, um, make sure you have some sort of defense weapon. Looting is real, people. I have seen it, so and I know what it is. So make sure you have that. Okay. So those are some safety tips right there that you can start doing to be preparing. So yeah. So I'm gonna get off of here for now. I'm gonna leave the live stream going, and we're gonna wait for Becca to come in. Okay. But I'm gonna keep the radar up. Okay. Hey there.
All right, hold up one sec. I need to connect my headphones. I thought they already connected. Give me one quick second, and okay.
Yeah.
Can you speak really quick? Let me see if I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Uh,
All right.
Good. So
So,
I just tried to play.
hello everyone. I do apologize. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Becca Webb here.
Go ahead.
What?
Oh, I was gonna say that the National Weather Service just had an alert come across. I just tried to play it on a video. Okay.
Okay. Um. So, do you want to continue, or is it me?
You go ahead. You have been on here, so I'll let you talk. Really.
Okay. So we have a lot of reports that we went getting to here. I do sincerely apologize. I don't have all the. Let me make sure we don't have any questions before we continue. Let me go ahead and check our live streams. Whoopsies. Let me go ahead and check our live streams to make sure that we don't have any questions. And if we do, I'll be happy to answer them. All right. We don't at the moment. We have a flash flood warning that was just now issued for Avery, Burke, McDowell, Mitchell, and Yancey, which you can see on the screen there, which includes Marion and Spruce Pine. It's someone texted me and is saying it's getting worse, and there's no doubt with that. We're also going to get to the school closures in just a moment. There's been tons of schools that have closed, and a lot of reports that we're getting here in the center. I just want to go over this flash flood warning here really quick that we're currently zoomed into. If this decides to load
When the
up, that would
Marion,
be
which one?
fantastic. There we go. The one including Spruce Pine and Marion. Yep, that's it.
The 145 one.
Um, so the 1.5, 140. Wait, hold up. Let me check. Yes, that's the correct one. Okay. So what we're currently looking at. So this flash flood warning is for all of Avery County, northwestern Burke, northeastern McDowell, all of Mitchell, and northeastern Yancey counties to 145 thunderstorms with intense rainfall have trained along the portion of the Blue Ridge Escarpment between 1 and 3 inches of rain. The expected rainfall rate is 1.5 to 2.5 inches in 1 hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing. The locations that are impacted by this flash flooding include Spruce Pine, Newland, Banner Elk, Elk Park, Bakersville, Beach Mountain, Avery County, Crossroads, Sugar Mountain, Seven Devils, Linville Falls, Blue Ridge Parkway, Little Switzerland, and Linville. Blue Ridge Parkway, Linville Falls, and Grandfather Mountain State Park, Altamont, Ingalls, Minneapolis, Panola, Jonas Ridge, Linville, and Bandana. So that's currently what we have right now. And we just got another report in. So we currently have 2 reports in from Buncombe County of flooding. And 2 miles east of Woodfin in Buncombe County at 7:14, several reports of urban flooding around the city of Asheville, including the creek that flooded Alvis Banks near the Asheville Country Club and Elk Mountain Scenic Highway. We also have another report that just now got into our center here. Video of Reed Creek overflowing its banks in 2 miles south-southeast of Woodfin, of adjacent low-lying areas of the Botanical Gardens. We also have another report, and this is something that we did not see. This wasn't even warned, but this was a tornado warning, or a tornado that got reported at Shingle Hollow, Rutherford County, North Carolina. Light damage, barn roofs, greenhouses, and trees are down with some debris. So it just shows what this storm is all about. Besides all the rain, it creates so fast spin up tornadoes. Even the National Weather Service cannot get it soon enough, as fast. So this is just absolutely something to watch out with, something to be prepared for as we continue to watch over the next couple of hours. The problem is, I know that finally, Asheville, we have a little bit of break in the rain. All the places, all the creeks and streams are starting to go down a little bit. Sadly, it's just the beginning. Don't be scared. Be prepared. That's always one thing that I want all of you guys to remember. Always be prepared, especially with the event that we're about to see here. Over the next couple of hours, we have also another report of a flash flood in Greene County, Tennessee. Several roadways remain flooded or impassable across Greene County. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the latest school closures. Give me a second. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the latest school closures here and see, is your school closed? And we will go ahead and check it right now. And I'll go ahead and go through the list. So if you give me just a moment, and there we have, oh my gosh, we have a lot of schools that are canceled. Let me go ahead and present my screen here and make sure my screen shows. And then we'll go back to the radar shortly. So we have a lot of school closures. Dog daycare, AB Tech. Let's see. Ogden Church Preschool. Let's see. So a lot of them are closed, but Asheville Christian Academy, ACA, is closed with optional workday. Asheville Peak Academy is remote learning day. Virtual day for Bethel Christian Academy in Canton. No services for a lot of the churches here, as you can see. Let's see if we can continue to go through here. Buncombe County Schools closed, optional workday. Meals on Wheels, all of those are closed. Fernleaf Community Charter School and virtual days. Let me see if we can go ahead and continue here. Franklin Schools of Innovation is also a virtual day. Remote learning day for Graham County schools. And I'm just going through all the schools that are in remote learning. All the rest that I don't mention and that you see on the list here is all closed. If I were to read all of this would take up like half our coverage, and it's a lot. Let's see. Hanger Hall School for girls, closed optional workday. Remote learning for Hayward Christian Academy. Hayward Community College, day classes canceled, campus closed. Hayward Community College, nighttime hours, evening classes canceled, campus closed. Hayward County Schools, remote learning day, optional teacher workday. Henderson County Public Schools, closed optional workday. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Madison County Schools, closed optional workday. McDowell Tech Community College, day classes canceled. Mitchell County Schools, closed optional workday. Let's see what else we got here. And the rest are closed. So you can see all the places, all the schools that have been canceled due to this extreme flooding event that we're about to see. Again, I want to point out what the National Weather Service even mentioned in the flood watch. This could be basically a catastrophic event. This is also, this is what they say too, a once-in-a-lifetime event. So this is really something that we have to watch out for over the next couple of hours. We actually do have a video I want to show you guys really quick. Let me go ahead and load up. First, all the flood warnings that were issued around, I believe, 4 p.m. this afternoon. It is absolutely crazy. Then you see how much rain that we're expected to see. And then we'll get to all the other alerts here.
And keep in mind,
make sure we got here. We got the special weather statement issued.
Keep in mind that there's going to be that the National Weather Service also, I think, said that flooding could occur in areas that haven't seen flooding in over 20 years, really. So if you live in an area that you've never seen flooding, you may see flooding this time. You may see flooding this time, really. 20 in over 20 years, some areas have not seen flooding, really. I mean, imagine that.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big event, that is for sure. Um, I believe it is on Face. No, we can go through here on Twitter. We're gonna go ahead and just go to our Twitter page, so it's a little bit easier for us to show. I just want to show you they've already issued the flood warnings, and it didn't even start by the time they issued the flood warnings. So you can see what they're getting ready for. Let's see. Can we zoom in here? Yes. So here's the Tuckasegee River at Bryson City, expected to reach 10 feet. Then we go to the Broad River at North expected to get 18.1 feet. Um, then we go to the Broad River, and there's a lot more. So let me go ahead and find it after this. Expected to be 14.9 feet at the Broad River at North Carolina, South Carolina border near Boiling Springs. Now I want to go ahead and scroll down here, and I want to show you guys flood warnings that we currently have. Pigeon River at Canton, 11 feet of flooding possible. We will most likely see for Canton there. That is issued at 4:51 p.m. Then we go to pouring rain now. I can hear it outside. Then look at this: the Saluda River above Old Easley Road, 5 miles west of Greenville. It's almost near the record level, 17.7 feet of. Yep, and it is raining and there's lightning. We'll get to the radar in just a moment. You can see 17.7 feet right near the uh, record flooding event that took place. Then we go over to the Saluda River at West Pelzer, 16 feet. So it's not going to reach the record. It's close a little bit. Kind of close, I should say. Then we look at this. Fishbowl River near Marshall expected to get 12.5 feet, which even the flood warning even mentioned this in the text. They said that almost the entire town of Marshall could be submerged in under 2 feet. I believe it was 2 feet of water. So this, if you're in Marshall, make sure you prepare for this. Once it starts raining, evacuate if you're near the Frenchborough River near Marshall. Better safe than sorry, that's for sure. The Frenchborough River at Blantyre expected to reach 23.5 feet, with nearing the record of 27.1 feet. Then we also take a look here at the Swananoa River at Biltmore, expected to reach 15.5 feet, which will most likely mean that the entrance to Biltmore Estate will likely be closed for the next couple of days. So if you have plans to go to the Biltmore Estate itself, most likely you won't be able to get there. So just something to be prepared for, something to watch out with. Then we will look at the Frenchborough River at Asheville at 16.5 feet. So that's also something that we also have to watch out with. I believe we're missing a little bit more. The Frenchborough River at Fletcher. Check this out. Above record. We may see some record flooding in the Frenchborough River at Fletcher at 22 feet. The record is 20.1 feet. So this is really something to watch out for if you're in Fletcher, of those areas. It is really something to watch out for, especially since it's going to be record breaking. And I believe, let me. Then Frenchborough River at Hot Springs, we can see 11.5 feet. Not nearing record, but it is a lot. Let me make sure. We did Blantyre. We did Swananoa River at Biltmore. We did Asheville. Okay. Well, that's about it with the expected flooding that you can see there. If you do also have any pictures, make sure you tag in Highland WX. It'll be greatly appreciated here. It'll help us out with our cup. Oh, wait. You know what I did forget? I forgot to show you guys the video of the flooding at UNC Asheville. Let me make sure we don't have any sound because I don't. There we go. Uh, there we go. All right. So here is a little bit of the flooding. Give it a second. There is the flooding right there of, look at that. Look at how much flooding that is at UNC Asheville. And that's a creek. That is a creek that you can see there. Look how much, basically the water, how much there is there. It's just absolutely insane. Then we take a look at the other image or other video, my mistake here. Then you can see a park. I'm not familiar with where this is, so I'm unable to tell that. But look how high it is.
Oh, I think
Almost submerging the bench. Almost submerging the bench. So it is absolutely, so it's just something to watch out for, something to be prepared for. It is for sure going to be a big event. Then we also, before let me go ahead and pop on the radar. Then what we see here, I mean, not what we see. We also have a report here in McDowell County, North Carolina, 3 miles southwest of Old Fort. Emergency management reports flash flooding at the Catawba Falls campground. So there you go. That is still major flooding is currently ongoing, where you can see that heavy rainfall band in Marion and Spruce Pine. Can you go ahead and zoom out so we can see the next band of rainfall?
like that.
You can see it's a little bit calm. Yeah. You can see it's just a little bit calmer there. We still are expected to see very heavy rainfall all into tonight, all into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, all the way through Friday. So this is going to be an all Thursday event, all through Friday.
And I do want to mention as well, Becca,
Yeah.
and you weren't on here when I did this. I showed the future cast. Really, I went through that. It looks like the eye of the storm is going to make landfall in Tallahassee by 9 o'clock tomorrow evening.
Right. You can see how slow it is basically going at the moment, but it's just to take it off of local here in Asheville. It's going to be it's not just flooding that's going to be catastrophic from the storm, but if you go down all the way to Tallahassee, way out of our forecasting area, but Tallahassee, Panhandle, they could see storm surge. Basically, the National Weather Service down there in Tallahassee said word for word, deadly storm surge. They're basically saying, please evacuate, please follow all the necessary precautions. So if you know friends down in Florida, please be ready, please be prepared, please evacuate. If you aren't evacuated now, evacuate tonight or tomorrow, as early as like 5, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning before the biggest of the storm happens. This is going to be a big event, not just for Western North Carolina, but all the way down in the Florida Panhandle. So it's really something to watch out with. Then you can see how much rain here in Western North Carolina we're about to see. What time is that? I know it's 5 a.m., but what's the date of
Friday.
Friday? Okay. So you can see Friday at 9 p.m. Oh, wait, Friday at 5 a.m. My mistake. I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong one. Look at that. So at 5 a.m., then we see all the moderate to very heavy rainfall falling across Western North Carolina there. Not catching a break, that's for sure. It's something that you don't want to see.
And watch this,
And
Beckett. Watch this. This is what I was talking about right here. Keep an eye on the timestamp right here, the model one. Watch what happens by like 9 o'clock Thursday. There's 7 o'clock Thursday. By 9 o'clock, it's gonna make landfall.
that this is going to be a big storm. That's for sure. This is big old storm.
What have you done so far to get prepared?
What have I done?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of like water bottles filled up, bathtub filled up, all of that ready, all in precaution for oh yeah, keep the radar up. But all in preparation for the storm. Uh if you're wondering why I didn't jump on here right as soon as we started around I believe it was 8 p.m. That was due to getting ready. Um we figured out backup mode so in case the studio here if we lose power here in the center then we have another way of broadcasting live 24. Yeah, Mason's going to be doing the backup mode and we will be still continuing to broadcast there and tomorrow as well what my plan is and Mason if you're available too. My plan is to do a live update um and one of the times even actually going out into the rain into um where the flooding is taking place so you can see a better view of where that flooding is um pictures and videos and all of that so it is something that I'm getting prepared for but make sure and I'm also going to follow this too make sure you turn around and don't drown do not drive through flooded roadways. Only is it 10 inches of flow water can carry away your vehicle?
It, well, I always think it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just saw here they're continuing the flash flood warning for Buncombe, Henderson, McDowell, Mitchell, Polk, Rutherford, Yancey. They're putting the flash flood damage threat at considerable now.
Okay, I must have missed that. There it is. So, boy, we're already seeing it now.
But
This
I always say
includes.
that it's like 2 feet of rushing water
Huh,
can carry away most supported utility vehicles. Really.
correct. Can you load up the flash flood warning on the fast track?
Yeah, I can. Give me 1 second here.
So
They're
awesome.
green polygons, by the way. They're green polygons, you
So
guys.
what we can see here, the flash flood warning has a yeah, green polygons, which you can see right there. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on the full screen here. And so you guys can see it while I read out the flash flood warning. Flash flood warning for Eastern Buncombe, Eastern Henderson, Western McDowell, Southeastern Mitchell, Western Polk, Northwestern Rutherford, and Southeastern Yancey counties. That is all until 1 a.m. Thunderstorms with intense rainfall has been training along the Blue Ridge Escarpment already. And this is way before. This is literally way before Tropical Storm Helen, Helena. Helena. I
Green.
think it's Helena. Helene. Thank you. Um, between 2 and 4 inches of rain has fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 1.5 to 2.5 inches in 1 hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. The locations that are in this flash flood warning include Hendersonville, Marion, Spruce Pine, Black Mountain, Swananoa, Flat Rock, Fairview and Buncombe County, Lake Lure, Oak Ford, Sula, Chimney Rock Village, Bat Cave, Chimney Rock State Park, Blue Ridge Parkway, Craggy Gardens, Craggy to Little Switzerland, Mount Mitchell State Park, Blue Ridge Parkway, South Little Switzerland to Linville, Montreat, Girton, Pleasant Gardens, and Sugar Hill. And this is one thing that it even says on here. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. That is something that really is something to watch out with because you really can't see the water whenever you're driving. We also, let me go ahead and go to that one too so we can hold up. So they just continued the other flash flood warning here. And also, this also has a considerable tag. Let me load this up really quick. So this also has a considerable tag here. And no, and we are not going to continue. Um, we are not going to continue to. I believe that's the old text. So I was reading the old text. Hold up a sec. Let me go ahead and get to it. We are not going to continue to stay on all night tonight with all the flooding. So most likely we will end this 9:30. Yeah, probably 9:30 unless some sort of severe weather event wants to make its way on. And let's there we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna reread the flash flood warning that was in effect for uh let's see, Buncombe, Asheville, Hendersonville area, and we're gonna get put on full screen here. So I misread it. I read the old one. So here's the new one. Is until 1 a.m. flash flood warning for eastern Buncombe, eastern Henderson, western McDowell, southeastern Mitchell, western Polk, northwestern Rutherford, and southern Yancey counties. Training thunderstorms with intense rainfall
Stop.
rates has resulted in
Wait.
what?
I want to jump in. National Weather Service employee in uh, Bakersville, which is in Mitchell County, North Carolina, reports flash flooding. Gauge reading at moderate stage, really. That's all it says.
So this is and we've been placed under a high risk for excessive rainfall today. All right, so let me go ahead and we'll get to that shortly. I just want to go ahead and continue reading this. This has a considerable tag. Let me make sure there's no questions here. Again, this is a considerable tag for flooding. Let me make sure we are good. Okay, so we don't have any questions at the moment. Again, if you have any questions, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, drop it in the comments. We will be happy to answer them. But this is again for Eastern Buncombe, Eastern Henderson, Western McDowell, Southeastern Mitchell, Western Polk, Northwestern Rutherford, and Southern Yancey counties. Training thunderstorms with intense rainfall rates has resulted in, and keep in mind, this is way before the tropical storm makes its way into our forecasting area Thursday night. Between 3 and 5 inches of rain fell across the area. The expected rainfall rate is 1.5 to 2.5 inches in 1 hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the one area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. This is the locations are Hendersonville, Marion, Spruce Pine, Black Mountain, Swananoa, Flat Rock, Fairview and Buncombe County, Lake Lure, Old Fort, Saluda, which we do have a camera in Saluda, so I'm going to check that shortly. Chimney Rock Village, Bat Cave, Chimney Rock State Park, Blue Ridge Parkway, Craggy Gardens to Little Switzerland, Mount Mitchell State Park, Blue Ridge Parkway, Little Switzerland to Linville, Montreat, Gooden, Pleasant Gardens, and Sugar Hill. And I'm going to read this text here directly from the flash flood warning because this is something that you guys have to know, especially if you're living in the mountains. You guys have to remember this. Heavy rainfall is increasing the risk of landslides, especially in areas where slides have occurred in the past. Be alert if you're near a stream, especially at the base of a mountain or in a cove. Watch for loose, moving soil and rocks and a sudden increase in stream flow. Leave the area quickly if this is observed. When driving along roads where the terrain is steep or rocky, watch and listen for falling rocks, mud, trees, and other debris. Then we're going to go ahead and go to that other flash flood warning. So go to the one on the right, Marion, Spruce Pine area. Yep, that's the correct one. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this out here. Flash flood warning remains in effect until 1:45 for Avery, northwestern Burke, northeastern McDowell, Mitchell, and northeastern Yancey counties. Training thunderstorms with intense rainfall has resulted in, again, before the tropical storm, 2 to 4 inches of rain across the area. Cane Creek in Bakersfield has rapidly risen and is expected to exceed moderate flood stage, which Mason actually read out just in that report that it has exceeded moderate flood stage. Additional creeks within the warned area will likely be experiencing flooding as well. The expected rainfall rate is 1.5 to 2.5 inches in 1 hour. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. The flash flood warning is currently in effect for Spruce Pine, Newlands, Banner Elk, Elk Park, Bakersfield, Beach Mountain in Avery County, Crossmore, Sugar Mountain, Seven Devils, Linville Falls, Blue Ridge Parkway, Little Swiss Linton, Linville, Blue Ridge Parkway, Linville Falls to Grandfather Mountain State Park, Altamont, Ingalls, Minneapolis, Panola, Jonas Ridge, Linville, and Bandana. Let me make sure we aren't missing anything here. Another report came in that's outside of our broadcasting area, so I'm not going to read that.
And then this one right here, Becca. This one even that includes Asheville. Right here. This is another warning.
I don't believe that they've updated that just yet. Let me go ahead and make sure. Buncombe, Henderson, Madison. No, they have not updated that yet. That is surprising. I'll tell you that.
And then,
but we are going to read that.
What this is, what we're looking at here. This is the 3-hour rainfall. I showed this earlier, really, and you can see we have very high amounts popping up already. Really, like anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, which is actually matching up perfectly with what the National Weather Service is saying.
That is correct. I mean, look at 4 inches of rain there, 3.1 inches, 2.5, 3.6. Look at all that rainfall that fell all ahead of this storm. It's crazy. I mean, they weren't kidding that this is to be basically a catastrophic flooding event that could take place. I do want to keep in mind really quick here, Weather was the first network that actually told you to go ahead and prepare and be ready for the storm. So I just want to go ahead and say that. I just wanted to mention that. Let's go ahead. The first network actually out there in the whole United States. We actually were the first one to mention to go ahead and prepare way before the high risk was issued. Yeah, we said that 2-3 days ago, and then everyone else is saying the exact same thing yesterday and today. So we were the first ones. I just wanted to mention that because, anyways, you can see 6.3 inches of rain in 1 per hour that you can see there at Spruce Pine and Crossmore. Mason, do you want to mention anything about that? What you're showing?
So this is the rain rates, really. This is basically like it describes is how much rain has fallen per hour, really, and this updates every like few minutes, really. So per hour, okay. So you can see here we're seeing a lot of rain rates, okay. And there you go. We're getting a new update in right here. So we'll wait for this. There you go. Practically the same, but
oh, geez, there's a little bit more though. I think.
Right here, yeah, these pinks.
Yeah. I'm also checking through.
Inches of rain per hour.
That's insane. This is
you
really
can see
something.
Right here, you can look at the legend right here. You see, as we start to get into those pinks right here, that's the heavy right here. But when they start to go higher and they get up towards the lighter pink, that's when we have extreme rain rates, really.
And what I want to mention here really quick too, as well. So this is a local meteorologist at a local news station out of Greenville, which we aren't going to mention due to reasons. But I just wanted to mention what he posted here, and this is in quotation. This is quotes of what he said here. History repeats itself. The last storm common characteristics was fast-moving zeta in October 2020. Our area was blasted by 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, bringing down trees and leaving more than 200,000 people without power. One time in the upstate area of South Carolina, combined with the 5 to 10 inches of rain and the wind that caps the system off right at the end, we have a recipe for downed trees, power outages, mountain landslides, and road washouts. Please avoid driving through any standing water on the roadways. That's where the highest deaths in these type of events occur.
And potholes too, and potholes.
Potholes as well. That's for sure. Make sure I'm not missing anything as well.
Oh, by the way, there's been a flood advisory issued for Transylvania County. That's until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Awesome. So, not awesome.
Well,
But thank you for mentioning that. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Let's go ahead and read this out here. What?
now I was going to say that that's awesome that I caught it first.
Yeah, that's true. So the flood advisory is issued until 9 a.m. Thursday. So this is a pretty long flood advisory for Transylvania County, North Carolina, at 8:55 a.m. Doppler and automated rain gauges indicated Transylvania County has received 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in the past 3 to 4 hours. This has resulted in significant rises on area streams, with the Davidson River exceeding action advisory stage, causing nuisance flooding of adjacent low-lying areas. Little River near Cedar Mountain and the Frenchborough River in Rosamond are both approaching bankful action advisory stage as well. These streams are expected to crest and begin to recede before the next round of heavy rainfall occurs. Let's see. Heavy rainfall has become more intermittent across the county, but additional more concentrated heavy rainfall is expected later tonight. This will cause new rises on area streams, and flash flooding is likely more significant. Flash flooding is likely later tonight into Thursday morning with repeated rounds of heavy rainfall. Flash flood warnings are likely. And this is in quotations from that flood advisory too, that I really can't stress enough. Even the National Weather Service is saying this, and they can't stress enough. For your safety, avoid all low-lying areas near the stream. If you live or are vacationing near a stream, prepare, and this includes all of Western North Carolina. This doesn't include just Transylvania County. Prepare to seek higher ground now and avoid being caught by rapidly rising streams. Do not wait for a flash flood warning to take action and save your life. Really, something that you really have to keep in mind. Do not wait for the flash flood warning. If you hear that flood advisory or you see the water rising but without any advisory or any flash flood warning, please take the precaution and just seek higher ground immediately. What I would say, and if you can do this, this is one of the things that most likely would be the safest. If you have a family member or a friend that doesn't live near a creek or stream, but you live at a creek or stream, you maybe just go ahead and spend 2-3 days with them, just to be away, just be safe, all before let the rainfall happen. If it floods, let the flooding happen. Take all your special belongings with you, and just stay there. Stay there for 2 days. Have fun with them, and then come back. Then you can see. Just be prepared. Better safe than sorry. That is something that really, I'd say that you guys should probably do if you live near a creek or stream. If you live on a mountain and you are afraid of mudslides, it's not as easy as not as easy as flooding, that's for sure. It's really hard to predict a mudslide. But just the things to do is just, if you live on a mountain, just listen for falling rocks, mud, trees, and other debris. Just be prepared with all of that. Getting back to the flood advisory here, but please do just keep that in thought if you're near a creek or stream. It's just something that could possibly save your life. I this is why I'm running this whole operation too. This is why all the team is here as well. We are during these types of events, we want to make sure that we save everyone's life if you're near a creek or stream and flooding is anticipated, or basically with this event, flooding is expected. So it's just really something to
We're
watch
not
out for.
we're not trying to be superheroes, you guys, but when things like now matter, time is of
That's
the essence.
correct.
And I also want to
That
go ahead
is
and I want
correct.
to go
That
ahead
is
and second. I
very
want to go
true.
ahead and then I'll talk
Uh,
for you. But in addition to all the flooding that we
okay.
have a concern about, is that we also I want to take you up here. I'm going to take you on a little trip up here into Virginia, and you notice these two red flashing boxes right here. Those are tornado warnings, and we saw this with Tropical Storm Debbie earlier this summer. We could also see some tornadoes. Okay, like Beckett said, we had a report of a tornado on the ground, and yet it wasn't warned. So yes, these two tornado warnings, while they are outside of our coverage area, they it's no surprise that we could see some tornado warnings with this system, really.
That is correct. And what you can see with that report, and I actually do want to give a little bit of a shout out really quick. Let me get his name here really quick. If you go to the 24/7 live stream on our network here, and I believe I'm losing data, so I think the cell tower went out. But Zach Johnson messaged in the chat, reported tornado in Rutherford a few minutes ago. That was way before we got that report in. And I do greatly appreciate that. If you're watching, I greatly appreciate that report.
That was sent in the
I didn't.
Highland Air chat or to you?
That was in the Highland Weather 24/7 stream on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So, before we get to this other report that we have here, as Mason was saying, there's those tornado warnings out of our coverage area, but in Virginia. I mean, out of our coverage area in Virginia, but with the tornado that we saw, wasn't even warned in Rutherford, North Carolina, Rutherford County, North Carolina, in Rutherford near Shingle Hollow. It wasn't even warned, and a tornado touched down. Basically, as far as we know, touched down on the ground. This is what we can see out of this. Something that we do not see. A tornado warning just pops out. A tornado pops out of nowhere. No time, like not enough time to issue a tornado warning, basically. We
We got
didn't
another
catch the
flash flood
tornado
report.
rotation, nor did the National Weather Service either. It's just really something that you have to. I don't know how you guys can watch out with that one if there's no warning with that.
Yeah. There's a I want I'm going to interrupt this. We have another flash flood report. This came in. This is from Emergency Management in McDowell County, North Carolina. This is 1 mile southwest of Old Fort. 9:20 p.m. Mill Creek flash flood report at 9:20. Mill Creek overbanks and floodwaters in encroaching on an apartment complex. So now we're seeing flooding take place, and it's starting to impact homes really and apartment complexes. So that is the latest flash flood report. So yeah.
Yep, that is true. Let me go ahead and go back here. There we go. Yeah, so that is true. We're getting multiple reports in here. In the Highland Weather Center, and we are expecting to get multiple over the next few hours. All day tomorrow too. So what we're planning on doing for tomorrow is we plan on going live as much as possible throughout tomorrow to provide you the latest updates. And if there is a flash flood emergency, something like that, we will go live. We will continue. We won't be able to cover it the entire time, but we will cover it as much as possible. And I am currently working on a little bit of a different kind of look on the network just for this kind of event with live cameras, all that through the loop, just faster. But we are activating red mode. I do want to keep in mind the 24/7 stream has already been activated, but we are activating the red mode as early as tonight, all the way through Friday afternoon. All in because of the tropical storm and what we're getting right now. So it is something that we're announcing, and we are expected to put red mode in place shortly after this live stream. So that's all I have here. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. Again, if you have any questions, please put in the chat. I do not have my personal computer with me. I'm having it charging in the other room just in case the power goes out, so I have another way of charging. Let's see. Let me make sure we don't have anything in the chat here. No, we don't have anything in the chat so far. All right. Mason, do you have anything you want to add before we jump off?
Just evacuate if you haven't done already, and be safe, really. And like Beckett said, I'm gonna be the only one that's left here to help you guys get through this, really. So, yeah.
That is correct. If the power decides to go out here in the center, Mason will be able to take over with coverage and backup mode as well. So we have all of that ready just in
I'm
case.
the only one. I'll say this: in my area, I don't live anywhere near where the tropics are, so I'm not expected to get bullseye at all, and so I am able to actually cover things without any problem, really. So you guys are stuck with me until further notice.
Yeah. So I do want to mention really quick. I don't know about South Carolina, but North Carolina has been placed under a state of emergency. City of Asheville placed the state of actually community emergency, I guess you could call it. A lot of the cities here in Western North Carolina have put in a local or community emergency, basically. Hold up one sec. Yeah, rain's coming down just a little bit more now, so we're getting that another round of rain just coming in before the major round comes in late tonight into tomorrow. But that's all I have here. Yeah, that's all I have here. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Beckett Webb here. Make sure I do want to mention really quick too. We cannot cover storm. We won't be able to cover a lot of storms from 11 p.m. all the way through most likely 6, 7, or 8 a.m. So please have multiple ways to receive weather watches and warnings before we start our live coverage. We don't have a time yet that we're going to start our live coverage tomorrow, but we are planning on doing half day. I don't want to spend a whole time on this computer because I also want to be outside in it too. But as long as the power stays, we plan on going live tomorrow. If the power does not stay, if the power does not stay, then we have Mason that will take over, and I'll try my best to join whenever on my phone or computer, anything like that, to help out with coverage. But yeah, that's all I have here. Chief Weather Forecaster Becky Webb here. And what we are going to do is we don't have it. Let's see. Let's find some music to go out with. There we go. All right. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Becky Webb here along with Forecaster Mason. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with this hour-long live update on the rainfall that we're seeing now and what we're going to see from the tropical storm tomorrow night into Friday night. And watch out with the wind.
I want to make this really quick. I just saw this come in on my weather bulletin. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has gone ahead and issued a airport weather warning for Greenville-Spartanburg International Airport. That's until 10:30 p.m. Is for the cloud to ground lightning within 5 miles of the airport. So yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of lightning strikes all embedded within these range hours. So really something to watch out with. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your night. Please stay safe. Please make sure you have ways to receive weather watches, warnings, and all of that. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you all tomorrow with the live update. We will leave you with a live look at the radar before returning back to normal programming. All right, everyone, have a great night and stay safe. And make sure to check Highland Weather social media platforms as we will continue to post the latest updates.